Good evening, everyone. Hope everyone is well. Good Monday evening to everyone. If you'd be so kind as to invite your followers, I think we have something good to share this evening. Good evening to everyone. If you'd be so kind as to invite your followers, I think we have something real good to share. And if you believe in advance that we have something good to share, you could already start sending those hearts up if you don't mind. Hey there, I am Visionaire. I'm trying to call people by their names this evening. Hey everybody. Hello. Hope everyone is well. I'm slightly sleepy tonight. Help. Y'all pray for me. I'm a little sleepy. Hey there, Sister Jenny. A little sleepy. But I do have something to share with you. Hey there, Stephanie. Let's do, our Monday night routine is that we do roll calls. So if you'd be so kind as to let me know where you're sharing, where you're joining in from. I know that we have good evening to you. I know that we have West Virginia on the scope tonight. Who else is on the scope? Let me know where you're, what city, what state you're connecting from. Kalamazoo is on this evening. Hey to you as well. Detroit is on the scope tonight. Pontiac, that's Pontiac, Michigan. For my people who are outside of Michigan, Southfield, Michigan, Detroit, it stands all by itself. There are other Detroits, but we know we're talking about the one in Michigan. South Bend, Detroit, Vermont. Hey, be safe, Stephanie, as you are traveling to New Jersey. Hey, I have a good message for us this evening on our Monday's motivational message. Let's do this. All right, so I have a good message, and I'm a tad sleepy, so let me go ahead and get it out. I really want to talk just for a moment this evening about make the most of it. 5 simple words. Make the most of it. And so, that block ministry is in full effect tonight. I'm just going to go ahead and keep it moving. But hey, make the most of it. 5 words that I hope impact your lives. A lot of times we believe that, or I've heard people say, I might have said it myself, that, if I had more, I would do more. And sometimes we get stuck with the fact that we don't have more, that we don't make the most of it. Whatever our it is, we do not make the most of what we really do have. I'm thankful for my scribes tonight, who are helping out tonight. So make the most of it. I really want to encourage you that wherever you are in life and whatever you have, that you would make the most of it. So some people go to the extreme that if I had more, I would do more. But then some of us, we get stuck in the fact we remember when we had more, and now we don't have as much anymore. And so that causes a different type of frustration. There's a different type of frustration when you're wishing that you had more. But that block ministry is in full effect tonight. You're wishing that you've had more, but you don't. And then there's a difference of when you had more, and you can have flashbacks of when you were able to make some things happen. But I want to share some very practical things with you tonight. And the first thing I want to share with you is that you may not have a lot, but a little is more than nothing. Let me say it again. You may not have a lot, but a little is more than nothing. And so sometimes we get stuck on not having a lot, that we don't even use the little that we do have. But a little is still more than nothing. And here is the thing, that if you need more of something, the whole idea that you may not have a lot, but a little is more than nothing. My scribes are on it tonight. Thank you all. That the little that you do have is not your harvest, but it is your seed to sow for more of what you need. So let me say it this way. If you don't have a lot of time to do whatever it is that you're trying to do, but you need more time, then what you have now, I always teach it at the church, because I think it's a biblical principle that can apply to any part of life, that if you don't have enough, it's a seed. If you have more than enough, it's a harvest. So if we're using time, and time is something that you need more of, and you don't think you have enough of it now, then you need to sow the seed of time or invest. Thank you all. You need to invest the seed of time that you have to be able to reap a larger harvest of time. So you may not have a lot, but a little is more than nothing. The next thing is that in order to maximize your life, you must minimize your load. In order to maximize your life, you must minimize your load. Very oftentimes when we are moving into a new place, and I'm talking about a new place symbolically right now, not literally, but when we're moving into a new place, we take so many things along with us that do not belong where we're going. So really, that means then that there are going to be times that we have to unload not just things, but sometimes we have to unload people. And it's not any slight on people. So I don't want you to think that I'm coming with that I have a contentious spirit and I'm like, you got to go. We get it. There are some people who just need to go. But there are some people who have served their purpose, and it's okay. And I think, in all honesty, if I could share and be extremely transparent, there have been times that I've been the person that my season has ended in someone's life. I know that's way more transparent than you thought I was going to be tonight. But I had to come to the realization that my season was over. And it's not so much when we think of load. Load could just mean that it's not meant to be taken with you. I'll say it this way. It might be an accessory and not a necessity. Okay, let's say it again. It might be an accessory and not a necessity. And so you have to be willing in order to maximize your life to minimize your load, right? You can't carry dead weight. And really, truthfully, it depends on perspective is everything. So I don't want to tell you what to think about. I just want to throw it out there. In order to maximize your life, you have to minimize your load. The next thing is that for that group of people who are used to having more, and you're having flashbacks of when you had more, so you were able to do more, it is very challenging to move forward when you're still stuck in yesteryear where you used to be. So if I can give you another practical principle, that you must detach from your past in order to attach to your future. Let me say it again. You must detach from your past in order to attach to your future. Very oftentimes we're not able, let me say it this way, we can go further faster if we're willing to detach from things that were meaningful at some point, but they're not as meaningful. Thank you, Sarah Camille, that they're not as meaningful now. And it does not mean that they don't have any value. It just means it doesn't have the same value that it had at some point in your life. Hey, really, I want to give you one more nugget tonight, but let's recap because, that's the teacher in me. So the first one, our subject or our theme is make the most of it. Whatever your it is, make the most of it. So the first point was you may not have a lot, but the little that you do have is more than nothing. The second point was in order to maximize your life, you must minimize your load. The third point was you must detach from your past in order to attach to your future. And the fourth point of sorts is, and this one's going to kind of sound off the wall, but we're going to go there anyway. Downsizing is not your demise. Downsizing is not your demise. What do you mean, Nelson? Sometimes in order to, when we are in transition or we're moving, whether it's literally or figuratively, we have to downsize. And I love this example because I think it's so practical, but yet powerful. That if you've ever had to downsize and you've moved houses, and you move from a house to an apartment or an apartment to a room, and you have smaller space, here's what we know that, good. So you feel me. You're downsizing now. Here is what we know, that whatever space we have subliminally, we're likely to want to put something in its place. We like to fill all empty space. And here is the thing. Anytime you're downsizing, sometimes you have to, it has to be, okay, we'll say it that way. We have to make it concise in order to be precise. All right. And I'm not trying to rhyme tonight, but it's kind of flowing for me that way. So we have to make it concise in order to be precise. In order to be specific, we have to make it concise. And these are simple things that I've noticed, but let's go with the example of moving, downsizing, if we're going from a larger space to a smaller space, because I believe that some of us, we're going from a larger space to a smaller space because the place where we're going in life, we cannot take everybody, we cannot take everything, and we cannot take every thought with us. Let me say it again, that where we're going, you cannot take everybody, you cannot take everything, and you cannot take every thought with you. So here is the thing. When you're moving from one space to another, and the space that you're moving to is a smaller space, there are at least three things that we do probably without even thinking about when we're moving. The first thing is that we put away. So the first thing is we put away. Sometimes we put some things away in storage because we cannot use them right now, but we will use them at some point again. So that stuff you put away, and that's important. And when I say that, there are some people that you have to put away, maybe just for a season, but you bring them back out. You know, when you get settled in your new spot, you'll invite them over. So there are some things that we put away. Number two, some things we give away. Some things we give away because we're thinking, I can't use this anymore. I'm at a space where it was good for me at some point, but now it's no longer relevant or meaningful in my life. It doesn't have to be a bad thing. Let's be very simple and practical. It could be a pair of shoes or a belt or a hat or a coat that you're not using anymore. And so it still has some good value or some good use to it. So you might give it to somebody else and be a blessing to somebody else. And that's a wonderful thing, because the thing that blessed you at some point, if you take care of it, it can bless others. Let me say it again. The thing that blessed you at some point in your life, if you take care of it and value it, it can bless you. So when you're downsizing, there are three things you have to do. I haven't forgotten the third one. The first thing is that you put away. You put it away for later. You're going to need it later. You don't have room. You don't have space for it right now, but you will need it later. The second thing is that there are some things you just give away. You give away because it blessed you at some point, and now it's time for it to bless others. The third thing, though, is the thing I do not want you to miss. Some things you just flat out have to throw away. All right. So when you're downsizing, some things you just have to throw away because it no longer serves a purpose for you. Now, I know I can get some hearts on that one. I hope that's the best stuff I have to offer tonight. But some things you just have to throw away because it no longer serves a purpose for you. And that kind of stuff, don't give it away, because if it doesn't mean anything to you anymore, it's not going to mean anything to anybody else. So don't put it away. Don't just occupy space that could be used for something else. Don't give it away, because if it ain't blessing you, it's probably not going to bless anybody else. You just got to flat out throw it away. You just got to cut your ties and just have precious memories and say, hey, I remember when I can fit into that outfit. I remember when that pair of shoes used to be nice. I remember when that person and we just used to vibe. I remember when I used to read that book or watch. I used to watch that movie on VHS. We are in the season of DVDs and Blu-rays. Get rid of those VHS, convert them, do something. No, seriously, convert them. You hold on to 8 tracks and we are MP4. MP4 players, we gotta, some things we just have to throw away. And here is the thing that I'm really telling you, is that some things can stay in your heart, but they need to leave your life. Because things are occupying space in our lives. Physical, mental, emotional, social. I said 8 tracks. Y'all pray for me. Social, emotional, if I didn't hit that one, psychological space. And it's not fair and it's not smart that you paying storage for stuff you're not even gonna use. And I get it. You pay for storage for the stuff you put away because you're gonna use later. But oh no, don't pay storage for things that are not giving you anything in return, for people who are not giving you anything in return, for thoughts that are not giving you anything in return. And really, there are some things that can stay in your heart as the memory, but there are some things that need to leave your life. Hey, I hope that this was motivational to you. I sure do appreciate those who were able to connect tonight for Monday's motivational message. If we had any first-time viewers to the Scope, I sure do appreciate you for taking time out of your life for listening to what the little city brown-skinned boy from Detroit had to say. If you are a repeat scoper, hey, thank you, first timer. I think that's my Spellman sister. If you are a repeat scope watcher, I sure do appreciate you. I hope that this was meaningful. I hope that it was practical. I didn't want to, the point of my Monday's motivational messages is not to bombard people with a lot of scripture. I do that on Sunday mornings and every other Thursday. I wanted to be practical, though, this evening, and give something that was meaningful, something that when you hit end on the Scope, that you can go and use, that you tell yourself, hey, I'm trying to maximize my life. I got to minimize my load. I got to give it away. Thank you, Divine. I got to give it away. I got to put it away, or I got to throw it away. Hey, if you were motivated and encouraged by this, please, as Divine just put up on the screen, go and subscribe to my YouTube channel. It is Nelson A. Henry, Nelson A. Henry, with no spaces in between that. If you put spaces, you're going to find somebody who is not me. So make sure you go subscribe to that. And I really do appreciate your time this evening. I appreciate it. I appreciate the access that you give me in your life. I thoroughly enjoy empowering people. I don't share this every Monday and whenever I come on because I'm the expert. I share it because I'm a practitioner, and I figure if God lets me practice and bump my head, then you can learn from some of my mistakes and from some of my wisdom, and not have to make the same mistakes. So, hey, I want you to have a great night, a great week. And here's the thing. I want you to be absolutely dynamic and have a fabulous week, and do yourself a favor. I want you to walk in faith for the rest of this week and look good doing it. Be blessed tonight. Until next time. Bye-bye.